Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing the daily reading for Tuesday, April 6, 2021. And today is a day that's ruled by the third eye and guided by universal water. And we are still within a galactic activation portal. This energy is moving right through the 8th. And so continuing to take lots of care of ourselves, to get all the rest that we need, to nourish ourselves, to appreciate and love ourselves, and just really tapping into and enjoying this mystical energy at the same time. The Red Skywalker tribe is all about exploration, space, and wakefulness. So this is the energy of the Bodhisattva, of the guru, right? This is the energy that understands the importance of bridging heaven and earth, who fully experiences and appreciates this physical incarnation, but at the same time that this energy is fully incarnated, it also has an appreciation for the fact that it is so much more, right? That it is a spiritual being having this experience, and it knows how to blend those experiences. It knows how to bridge those realms and how to walk both in heaven and on earth, and to bring the heaven to earth. Right? So this is a really important energy for us to be working with, because that's what we're here to do right now. The Red Skywalker tribe is all about exploring the space without and exploring the space within, and looking very courageously and very fearlessly, right? Being wakeful, being aware of what it is that's coming up, what it is that's being brought into this experience, right? What circumstances, what events, and the significance of those things. So it's a really big energy. This is one of the energies that's all about transcending old paradigms, releasing everything that doesn't serve, really looking at what is going on and deciding whether or not this is an experience that we want to continue having. And if it's not, the Red Skywalker energy courageously and fearlessly releases and moves through that which is holding it back. So anywhere where there is a perceived sense of limitation, with this energy, we have the courage to move through those limitations, to move past those limitations, to really expand into the fullest version of the self that we can, all the while knowing and understanding the power of focused intention with this solar tone. And so the affirmation for today is, I pulse in order to explore realizing wakefulness. I seal the output of space with the solar tone of intention. I am guided by the power of universal water. I am a galactic activation portal. Enter me. And so that universal water energy is that energy of emotion, that energy of intuition, right? That beautiful feminine energy. And so really working with that. But this energy is about a balancing, right? Heaven and earth, masculine and feminine, right? The masculine is that energy that blazes forward, that blazes new trails, right? And the feminine energy is that feeling intuitive energy. And so we're like bridging those, putting those together, right? Which is just a gorgeous energy. And with the astrology today, there is still a lot going on with the feminine side of our essence. We talked about this yesterday, and we're still feeling this as we have this conjunction today of true black moon and Eris, and Venus loosely connected to them a few degrees away. And so these are all the aspects, the major aspects of the feminine, right? The different sides of the feminine coming into agreement, coming into cohesion today. So it's a very interesting energy. And we still have the sun not too far away. The sun and Venus are still within a few degrees of each other. And so we see this energy all connected and kind of staggered as we are really bringing and merging all of these different aspects and expressions of the feminine into our consciousness, which is a really powerful energy. We also have Mercury in conjunction with Chiron today in the sign of Aries. And so there's a lot that may be coming up for people where when it comes to what Chiron represents, which is our deepest wounds, our healing, right? This deep level of healing. I wanted to say deep cellular healing. So I feel like there's a lot of deep cellular healing going on today as well. But when we're talking about Mercury, this is the energy of the mind. So a lot of those belief systems, a lot of the roots of those wounds and where those exist within, where those are perpetuated through our mind, through our mental state, right? And how we communicate those. All of this is definitely in focus today as well. And we also have the moon which has moved. We talked yesterday, it was conjunct Pluto, getting that activation there. And now the moon is conjunct Saturn today. And so there is a sense of responsibility that we may feel today. We may feel that emotionally, like, what is it? Where do my responsibilities lie within my life? My responsibility to myself, my responsibility to, with this Aquarius energy, which is where the moon and Saturn are, right? My responsibility to my truth, to my authenticity, but also to the greater whole, right? Because Aquarius is a collective energy. And so where we may really be thinking about those things and feeling into those things today. The moon making a lot of aspects. Sextile to Venus, a trine to Mars, a loose square to Uranus, a loose sextile to Chiron, and aspecting with a trine and a sextile to the nodes, respectively. And so, yeah, a lot of action going on in our emotional state today, right? With that sense of responsibility, where our responsibility lies. How is it that we act upon that, right? And what does that really mean? We're looking at our relationships with the Venusian energy, right? We're looking at our path and our purpose and our vitality when it comes to that Mars energy. We're looking at our healing process when it comes to that Chiron energy, right? Especially in Aries when it comes to our empowerment, our masculine energies. So just a lot of different energies at play here, factoring into our emotional state and our emotional body today. All right, so what are we going to do? I want to pull a couple Lightworker oracles for us today. Clear. Guidance for April 6th. Oh, and that's interesting. I don't know how he ended up. He belongs in a different deck, but we had Archangel Uriel come out. Come into harmony and balance. Use your power for peace. And I think this came out in the reading yesterday too. But it's interesting because we're talking about that balancing aspect with this red Skywalker energy, right? So that balance piece, very important for us today. How are we harmonizing and balancing in our own lives, in our interactions with others, the mind, the body, the spirit, looking at anywhere where we're feeling out of balance, where we're noticing that sense of irritation, we're noticing anything coming up within us that would indicate that there is a lack of balance somewhere. We're being asked to come back into balance and to pay attention to that. And I'm noticing the hawk right here. See, and that's really interesting. I have a friend who's been seeing a lot of hawks lately, and it was funny. A few days after we had that, or a week after we had that conversation, maybe I was driving and I saw two hawks fly over my car. And I remember talking yesterday about how some people may be getting messages from birds, and so I think it's really interesting that I'm noticing this beautiful hawk in this card right now. So hawk medicine coming through strongly for quite a few of us right now. But it's that understanding of using our power for peace, right? And we are in a process right now, and we're really going to feel that the next wave or culmination of that with the new moon in Aries on the 11th or 12th, depending on where you are in the world. But it's like we're realizing and we're understanding this whole process of coming into our power has been teaching us how to use that for peace. Right? What does that? We've been seeing a lot going on in the outer world when we had, ever since that conjunction of Pluto and Saturn, right? And everything that's happened since, where it's really being revealed where POWER is not being used for peace. And we've seen the repercussions of that. We've seen what that looks like and feels like. And now we're getting the opportunity to come into our own POWER and use that for peace. Right? And what does that look like? What does that feel like? How do we do that? Those are some of the questions right now. And we can't do that unless we're coming from a place of harmony and balance. So first, that harmony and balance must be established. And then we have paradigm shift coming out, right? Talking about, that was the conjunction of Pluto and Saturn right there, that paradigm shift. was when we really got into those energies. Really, ever since Pluto entered Capricorn, we've been in a paradigm shift. But really, started feeling that, and we're in the throes of that deeply right now. And it's all, we see how it's inner and outer, right? As our inner paradigm shifts, the outer paradigm shifts, and vice versa. It all happens. We're the microcosm, that's the macrocosm. And so we're really beginning to see that in earnest right now. And I love how this is card number 4. And then we have Dark Angel. And so this is this is about the challenges, right, that are opportunities, and how we can see and understand them as such, and about the initiation process that we sometimes go through as we are having this paradigm shift, where it feels like we're just being swallowed up by the darkness, right? Like there's the situations in our lives, which are opportunities for growth, but the energy feels really heavy. But this is actually a very deep level of initiation when we are going through this process. And I'm actually going to read the Dark Angel out of the book here. And I love how we have invitation to connect on the bottom of the deck here with messages in the numbers. And so your guides, your angels, this card speaks largely to extraterrestrial beings, interdimensional beings, seeking you and wanting to connect with you, your star family possibly. But they could be sending messages to you through the numbers right now. So if you're experiencing a lot of numbers and synchronicities, Source is wanting to connect with you. All of these different aspects of Source and these different beings are quite possibly wanting to connect with you. And they're sending you encouragement. They're sending you messages. So just pay attention to the synchronicities, not just the numbers, but all the synchronicities occurring around you and where they're leading you right now and who they're leading you to, right? The Dark Angel comes to you with a radical truth. Divine love is always there for you without exception. Love will never forget you. It will never stop caring for you, even when it seems most unlikely. In fact, especially then, the divine is reaching for you and nurturing you. Even our wounds are ways that we can discover love and divine grace through the healing process. The divine is always helping you remember who you are and find your true joy. When the Dark Angel appears, you are being given a gift of light, even if it may seem to be a hidden blessing. A dark mystery is one that helps us learn that even if things don't seem to be working out according to the timing or the methods that we believe necessary, the light and love of spirit are unfailing. If a door is closed in your face, it is the wrong door for you. Divine love will ensure that the right door opens at the right time. So this is a lot about divine timing too right now. When you encounter darkness, how you respond can either make the dark or the light victorious. You can choose doubt and fear, or you can force the darkness to serve the light by choosing trust and faith. You are spiritually advanced enough to trust unconditionally. That is the trust that burns bright only when things appear good. But even when your mind let me start that again because I got all confuzzled there. That is the trust that burns bright, not only when things appear good, but even when your mind thinks things seem to be heading in the wrong direction, right? It's easy to trust when everything's going the way that we expect it to. And we don't really build trust that way. If things are going well, there's no need to trust, right? Trust comes a lot of times through that process of not understanding what's going on and having that faith anyway. Does unconditional trust mean that you give up if things get tough, assuming that it's not meant to be? Of course not. Relying on unconditional trust and understanding the dark mystery, you are willing to go through periods of not knowing. You are willing to continue on your path even when you are not seeing immediate results, because in your heart you know it's right. This type of trust is powerful enough to release any separation between you and the universe, and that's what makes it an initiation, right? You know that even when the universe guides you into challenging territory, you shall benefit, grow in divine power, and become the amazing being you are destined to be. Praying to the beautiful dark angel and writing, drawing, dancing your feelings or dialoguing with your dream images. You can work through the pain of a challenging time and grow in wisdom. What matters is that you honestly express the depth of your suffering. Then when you are ready, acknowledge that the experience has helped you grow. As we realize how we have grown through the experience, turning what was once a source of pain into spiritual light, we masterfully transform our deepest pain into our greatest growth and spiritual accomplishment. And was this not what we were talking about in the reading yesterday? I'm remembering that 3 of Swords, which transformed into the Empress, right? We become true spiritual alchemists, releasing light from darkness. As you learn to put more faith in love than in fear, your trust becomes increasingly unconditional, and you find the light even through the dark. In this way, you become initiated in the mystery of the dark angel. Then you can show others that this is possible. You can help heal others from victim consciousness and allow them that inner peace and show them that inner peace is possible even when they are facing the unpredictable twists and turns of life. If you have been going through a difficult time or struggling to heal an issue, the dark angel promises that even through the depths of despair, you shall find the light. In your own time, you will rise again into trust, restored faith, and hope. All will be well. Yeah, so this is that initiation that a lot of people are going through. That is, in fact, this very initiation is what is helping to facilitate this paradigm shift, right? It's sort of like a chicken or the egg energy, right? As this paradigm shift begins to occur, we get thrown into the fires of transmutation, right? And sometimes that fire burns, right? It doesn't necessarily feel good when we're in it unless we can fully surrender to the pain, right? And fully embrace that pain because we know the gift that pain is giving us. And so that's sort of what this energy is asking you to do, is to embrace the pain that you are feeling, really see the perfect divine orchestration and order in it, because you are being shaped by that fire and you are going to come out of that experience so much stronger. And in these moments where you have to call upon your faith, when you feel none, you have to trust when everything in your reality is mirroring back to you that the situation does not call for that does not warrant that, right? You have to call upon that anyway. You have to trust in what you cannot see and what you can feel, right? Because a lot of times when we're going through this, we may not see a clear path ahead. We may not see a way out of what it is that we're going through, but we can feel that exists if we truly tap into those deepest recesses of our intuition, of our souls, right? There is a sense of that. There is a knowing if we learn how to tune and tap into that, right? Because that pain, it's sort of like those pain sensors in our emotional body, in our physical body, sort of override that if we allow them to. But if we allow ourselves, this is also the energy when we talk about like the blue lunar storm year, right? Which is the galactic year that we're in right now. It's being that calm center point, becoming the eye of the storm. From that calm center point, the storm rages all around us, but we are centered, and that's where we find and we are able to harness our ultimate power, right? And then we wield that and we become the commander of that energy. And so this is kind of what we're learning to do right now. We're learning, like we said earlier, it's easy to have trust when things feel like they're going right. When everything feels like it's going wrong, that's when we truly develop the kind of trust and the kind of faith that lasts. That's what I was trying to say by that, just to clarify that, right? And so that is the process. That's what so many of us are going through right now. And so I feel as though your angels, your guides are sending you this invitation to connect. They're sending you these signs, these numbers, these synchronicities, all of these different signs to show you that they are present, that they are with you. And so connect with them more, draw upon their strength, right? Allow them to show you how to draw upon your own, right? Because that's above all else what we are learning, how to draw upon our own strength, how strong we really are. And when we come through this initiation, we are going to be so incredibly powerful, right? We already are. So I guess a better way to put that is we are going to know our own power that much more deeply. We are going to feel that much more connected to it, and we are going to be able to utilize it that much more. All right, so that's beautiful, beautiful energy. And so this is why we always talk about, right? Do not trust what you see. Do not trust what you are being shown. Look beyond that. Feel beyond that. See beyond that. See what it is. Like, our outer reality sometimes there's a lot of illusion there. And so it's all about learning to see through that illusion, but to see what that illusion is teaching us, right? All right. Any final cards from the Lightworker Oracle here? Powerful messages today. We have the fourth ray of harmony coming out. And we also have power of the divine masculine. All right. And so I love, do you see how these cards, the images really line up with each other? Right? And so we have all of this energy, this huge doorway, this huge portal opening out of the heart center here, out of the whole center of the being. And then we have, once again, in this card, you see the energy pouring out of the heart center there, also pouring out of the third eye, that connection, right? Those the two major connecting points we have here to that spiritual energy, to that high vibrational energy. And notice in this card too, it's like he's shaping that energy. He's working with that energy, right? Cultivating that energy. So that's that energy, that eye of the storm energy. And here you see like his whole being is radiating with that energy in this picture. And you see the rainbow down here, right? For some people, I feel like you may be shown rainbows. That may be a way that your guides are sort of wanting to connect with you and show you their support and show you their love. And so look out for that. Pay attention to that too. And just the flowing of the water, I'm noticing, right? The flow, just allowing those emotions to flow, allowing yourself to flow the way that your experience is wanting to take you right now. And then, yeah, even with the power of the divine masculine, you see the light coming out of his hands. He is working with that energy, right? He is commanding that energy. And so this is really when we're talking about all of these energies that we're experiencing right now. This learning how to, once we learn our power, then we get to learn how to use it. So really tapping into those aspects of our divine masculine nature as we navigate this path, right? As we navigate this awakening, this initiation. And so what does that look like, right? That looks like decisive action. That looks like confidence. That looks like, well, let's read it out of the book and see what the book has to say. Integrity. An empowering energy seeks expression from within. It wishes to free you from confusion, paralysis, and stagnancy. It seeks to stir you into consciously chosen action, greater discipline and focus. It's time to end the frustration of repeating old patterns. You are ready to break through into a new way of life. Feel inspired, be energized, and focus on your dreams and desires. Take steps to manifest them on the physical plane. Believe your success is inevitable, right? And so this is that new moon energy that we're building up to right now. The divine masculine in you knows when to accept and when to say no to a belief, fear, habit, person, or situation. This divine masculine energy exists within all men and women. It rallies the spirit and responds in times where you may feel drained, taken advantage of, or overwhelmed by too many choices and demands. It cuts through the confusion that comes with choice and priority setting. It refuses to be distracted and keeps you from being dissuaded from your life purpose. The divine masculine is growing within you now. It is the spiritual light that reveals the truth without filters or veils. Let this energy clear distractions, demands, and drama from your life. Let it help you discern what is best for you and give you the courage to act on it. Let it help you sort out what is true from what is illusion. Let it help you dedicate your time and energy to what has most meaning for you. It will empower you to claim success in what matters most to you. The divine masculine overcomes procrastination. It acts again and again in accordance with the heart. Divine masculine energy empowers each leading light to lovingly assert him or herself in the world. It supports us in standing up for what has meaning to the heart, whilst lovingly but firmly saying no when we need to do so. Do not minimize your inner divine masculine, whether you be man or woman. Nourish it. However, if your masculine energy has been trapped in the wounds of your ancestors, he may demand absolute perfection before you believe you are worthy of love. He may even be violent towards you, perhaps keeping you from saying no to violent relationships or self-harming through overexercising, denying your body good nutrition or rest, or by ignoring your feelings, vulnerabilities, and intuitive wisdom, which would be your feminine side. He may need healing from your inner divine feminine to feel loved, valuable, worthy, needed, and respected. Then the inner misogynist will fall away as a new empowered divine masculine asserts itself within you. Learn to trust this part of yourself. Let him become strong in you. He can be your guide, protector, defender. Trust when he says no to something or someone. Trust when he says you are ready for this and encourages you to act. As you trust in him, you will trust yourself to be visible. Your inner divine masculine will help you shine your light without fear, so others can also find their way through darkness into love. So this is that aspect of you that is another aspect of you that is leading you out of this energy that we were just talking about, right? That's showing you the way to go, that's taking your hand and leading you where you are meant to be. And so this is also that healing aspect when we're looking at these aspects of the divine feminine that we are healing right now, the wounded feminine. The wounded feminine must be healed so that our feminine and masculine energies can act together. As long as there are that wounded shadow side of the feminine is leading, it cannot embrace the masculine, and vice versa. And in order for us to be truly balanced, truly whole, truly unified, and truly effective, we must be able to harmonize those two forces, right? And so it's each of those forces needs to be healed. And interestingly enough, they heal. Oftentimes they heal each other. They heal by drawing upon each other as well. And so it's just a lot of healing of those different energies. We're really embracing that aspect of our divine masculine while at the same time healing our wounded feminine so that we can call upon the highest expression of her energy as well. And it's just this beautiful synthesis that is happening right now. So pay attention to what aspects of you are asking for healing. Is your masculine side asking for healing right now? Is your feminine side asking for healing? How can you bring these two energies into balance? How can you get them talking? How can you get them working together, supporting each other in harmony? And if you guys are struggling with this, please reach out to me. I can help you with this. I can help you with anything that you are encountering right now as we go through this phase of deep initiation. So my email is in the description box below. Please reach out to me if you feel so called to do so. Clear. I love you guys. I appreciate you so very, very much. I love how the second ray of wisdom popped out as I was shuffling, right? This is another thing that we are gaining is that wisdom to make the choices that are most aligned with our most harmonious self, right? To make those to feel confident in our ability to practice discernment in all areas and aspects of our life. What was I saying before that popped out? Oh yeah, just the usual stuff. If you like the video, There are links down below to donate. Comment, let me know how your day is going. I love hearing from you guys. I will be getting that new moon video out probably tomorrow. But yeah, we can feel those energies building. We know what it's all about. And every reading gets us a little closer and a little deeper into that energy as we near these moons. So this is all, the past few days, these are the energies that we're working with. Yeah, love you, appreciate you. Talk to you guys soon.